So you want to tame the wonderfully chaotic world of my singing monsters? Good. Today we are going to build you the ultimate roadmap, one that'll take you from a single humble noggin to a musical empire that spans the entire monster world. Let's get right to it.
Have you ever just stared at your screen, totally lost, wondering which island to buy next or what to spend those precious diamonds on? Yeah, you're not alone. This game is absolutely massive, but don't worry. This guide right here is the roadmap you need to turn all that confusion into a powerhouse strategy.
All right, here's our game plan. We'll start with the early game path, then jump into mid-game expansion, and after that, mastering the late game. Then we'll talk about smart currency management and wrap it all up with some pro tips that'll help you out at any level. First up, the early game. Look, getting these first few steps right is absolutely critical. It literally sets the pace for your entire journey. Let's make sure you start off strong. Success in the early game really just comes down to discipline. First, stick to the natural island order. I know it's tempting to jump ahead, but don't do it. Your #1 job should be baking food constantly. Every single coin you spend on food is an investment. As you feed your monsters, make sure to level them up evenly. It keeps your income from stalling out. And, as soon as you can, wake up one single brump on Woodland Island. It is such an easy win and gives you a steady stream of resources without slowing you down. And here is a huge financial rule for you. Never, ever buy a new island the second you can afford it. Instead, you gotta wait until you have 3 times its cost. So why? Well, because the castle upgrade you'll need to actually hold more monsters often costs twice as much as the island itself. Following this one simple rule is the difference between actually expanding and just being broke on a new, empty island. Okay, so you've built a solid base. Now it's time for the mid-game, and this is where things get really interesting. We're moving beyond the natural islands and into the world of teleportation. So what even are teleportation islands? Well, unlike your first few islands, you don't actually breed monsters here. Instead, you level up specific monsters on your other islands, usually to level 15, and then you zap them over to these special islands to start new songs and, more importantly, generate new kinds of currency. When you're dealing with these islands, priority is everything. You can tackle most of them in any order you want, but you absolutely, positively must save Ethereal Island for last. I mean, the breeding chance for ethereals is a punishing 1%. Trust me, to save yourself a ton of frustration, focus on the easier shard farms, like Magical Sanctum, first.
And now, we enter the late game. If you thought teleporting was a little complex, well, get ready for the Egg Islands. This is the final frontier, folks. This is where the true monster masters are made.
So what's the big difference here? Think of it like this. Teleportation is a one-and-done deal. You get the monster, send it over, you're finished. But Egg Islands, they're an ongoing challenge. You have to wake up these dormant statues by zapping very specific monster eggs into them, and you're almost always on a strict timer. The payoff is massive. We're talking diamonds, relics, all the good stuff. But so is the challenge. So how do you even approach these things? Easy. Follow this exact order. You start with Woodland Island, it's the easiest, and it will give you a nice steady stream of diamonds. Then you move on to Amber Island. That's going to be your main source for relics, but you got to deal with those monthly monster rotations. And finally, you save Celestial Island for the very end. The monsters there cost diamonds just to try to wake them up, making it the ultimate late-game mountain to climb. Look, you can have all the islands in the world, but if you're not smart about your currency, you will go nowhere fast. This part is all about turning your monster empire into a currency-generating machine. We all want it, right? That one island that just prints coins. But what's the actual secret? Is it really just about cramming an island full of the rarest monsters you can find? Well, not exactly. This really gets to the heart of it. Rarity does not equal profitability. I'll say it again. Rarity is not profit. For pure coin farming, your best bet is actually 4-element monsters, Wordos, and Ethereals. They just give you the best return for the bed space they take up. And surprisingly, those really flashy monsters like the Epic Woodbox or the Mythicals, they're actually way less efficient when all you're trying to do is maximize your income. Now, diamonds are the most precious currency in this game, so please don't waste them. Your absolute top priorities, in this order, should be #1, upgrading your castles to hold more monsters, then unlocking mirror islands to literally double your production space. After that, upgrading your breeding structures and nurseries, and finally, upgrading your mines. And here it is. This might be the most important tip in this entire explainer. Only, and I mean only, Buy Weirdos and Wub boxes when they are 50% off. These sales happen all the time, and just waiting for them will literally save you hundreds of relics and millions of coins in the long run. Seriously, be patient. It pays off big time. All right, let's do a quick fire round for the other currencies. Your shards, pour them into Tribal Island to help your tribe level up. Relics, hoard those for Amber Island, and those 50% off Weirdos we just talked about. Star power, use that to boost monster happiness with their likes, or to snag rare monsters when they're on sale. And early in the game, spend your keys on dipsters. They're a fantastic source of income for the tiny amount of space they take up. Okay, we're in the home stretch now. This last section is jam-packed with pro tips that are going to help you whether you're brand new or you're a seasoned veteran. These are the secrets from the top monster handlers.
Let's talk breeding. For better odds, always use higher-level monsters, and make sure you light those wishing torches. Now here's a great little trick. If you need a common monster for an egg, breeding its rare version with its common version guarantees you get the common one. And a key timing tip. When a new monster drops, try to breed it on day 1. You'll avoid all the clutter from other rare and epic promotions that just lead to failed attempts.
Okay, here is a classic rookie mistake. Spending all your early coins on clearing rocks and trees just because they look messy. Don't do it. Those coins are so much more valuable for baking food. A level 10 monster is going to make you way more money than a pretty clean island filled with a bunch of level 4 monsters. You can come back and clean up later when you're rich.
Now, I need you to listen very closely, because this is the single most important event of the entire year. September, it's anniversary month. And that means every single sale for the entire game happens. All the monsters become available. You need to start saving your diamonds and relics months in advance, because this is when you can make absolutely massive progress.
So, there you have it, a complete roadmap to mastering Mycene monsters. From your very first steps to your final Celestial, you now have the strategy. The only question left is, which part of your monster empire are you going to go build first?